will dust it off, throws it to the net, and almost was pushed in. Still loose. Kafka stuffs it in. They win in overtime. 6-5. The puck was not covered, and Kafka found it.
It's time for Oahe Capitals hockey on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. The Capitals are brought to you by Leisure Palace, AirTech Heating and Cooling, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, AGE, Kathy Sunshine Properties, and Dakota Storm Roofing.
Pass goes across over for Birch. She'll wait, and that shot save, rebound, and score! It is McIntyre that puts it in, and we're tied at 2. McIntyre for a second of the game in front of the nets.
The Capitals are also brought to you by Beck Motor Company, Ferding Electric, First Fidelity Bank, Xander Auto Parts, State Farm Becky Potsuba Agency, and River Bottom Sanitation.
Emily Nemec will race into the offensive zone and pick up the puck. She's got Kafka with her. Over, back to Nemec. She scores! The Caps get it right back. The pass was blocked. It came back to Nemec, and she put it in to make it 3-1.
The Oahe Capitals are also brought to you by American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, the Boys and Girls Club, Herman's and Endodontics, Weatherall Roofing, Wagner Auto, and the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection. And now for the call, let's head to the booth and the voice of the Oahe Capitals, John Winkler.
And a good evening as we welcome you here to the Larson Ice Center here in Brookings as the Oahe Capitals take on the Brookings Rangers in the first of 2 games this weekend for the Oahe Lady Capitals. The first of 2 games that were here this weekend for the Caps in Brookings, as the boys will play tomorrow night at the same time, 6 o'clock tomorrow night here at the Larson Ice Center. This is a big hockey game for both of these teams. The Capitals are coming in at 8-2, just 1 game back, 1 loss back of the Brookings Rangers and Sioux Falls Flyers right now, as the Rangers and Flyers are both 10-1. The Caps have a game in hand, so even with the win tonight, they wouldn't pass or tie in points-wise with Brookings, but it becomes a rubber match at the Expo Center towards the end of the season, and it becomes even much more of a fight for one of those top 2 seeds and potentially one of those top seed, because all 3 teams feel like they can be the number 1 seed. And for the Brookings Rangers, who have beaten Sioux Falls so far, and they're the only team that has done that in the last couple years, they're sitting at 10-1, and they feel like they can be the number 1 seed, and they've got the depth to do it. They've got the goaltending to do it. But the Oahe Capitals have gotten wins against Brookings over the last couple of years, whether even with the state tournament, without the state tournament, they've been able to beat Brookings a couple different times here in Brookings and also at home. And the Caps, if they get a win, then they're sitting at 9-2. Rangers at 10-2. All of a sudden, all bets are off with how the top 2 seeds are looking, and the Caps force their way back into that picture for an opportunity to try and be one of those top 2 teams at the end of the season, and even one of the top teams at the end of the regular season. But we've already played 1 game between these 2 teams. The Brookings Rangers here at home, it was on the other rink, but it still, nonetheless, it was a 5-0 win for the Rangers over the Capitals back on November 29th here in Brookings. And so the Rangers are looking to go to 2-0 against the Capitals at home. They will play once at the Expo Center later on this season. The Rangers scored 4 first-period goals on their way to a 5-0 win. Kenzie Grendler had the first 2 goals of the game. Sawyer Triplett had the last 2 goals of the game, scoring at the end of the first period and midway point of the second period, along with Maya Forrester also having a goal. But the Caps did outshoot the Rangers in the first period, 13-7. They end up being 33-33 in shots on goal at the end of the game. Just because of shots on goal don't win you hockey games. Got to find a way to put the puck in the back of the net. But going back to that last game and the first probably 10 minutes of that first period, to me, it looked like the Capitals were the better hockey team in the first 10 minutes. Overall, they were the better hockey team, but Rory Quam stopped everything in front of her. The Caps had some good chances, but she stopped everything in front of her, and then the goals piled in for the Brookings Rangers, and they were able to take a 4-0 advantage, and all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, the Rangers looked like they were on their way to a win, which they were. They ended up winning 5-0. But the Caps felt like they were the better hockey team for nearly the first full period, even though they end up being down 4-0. So if things are a little bit different, if they can find the back of the net early on against the Rangers and kind of turn how last game was on its head, the Caps are going to be in a good spot going into this hockey game and an opportunity to get a win. But again, Rory Quam is the goaltender for the Brookings Rangers. A 0.87 goals against average, 10 wins and 4 shutouts, including against the Capitals in that 5-0 victory. It's hard to get any pucks past her. It's hard to get multiple pucks past her. So the Caps have to be very good defensively and limit the amount of goals that are scored against them, because you know you're not going to get a lot of goals against Rory Quam, and the Caps have to find ways to beat Quam, beat the defense, and beat Quam to try and get a win. And yeah, that's the obvious statement. You got to score more goals than the other team. But when you have one of the best goalies in the state, if not the best goalie in the state against you, it makes it very difficult. And the emphasis is to play very good defense when the puck is in your defensive zone, because you know you're not going to, you can't expect to win a 6-5 game against the Rangers. You can't expect to win a 6-5 game. You're hoping for a 2-1 win. If you can score 3 goals, you feel like if you score 3 goals, you have to win. You can't let Brookings beat you 4-3. You have to win. If you're going to score, if you're scoring 3 goals, you have to find a way to get a win, because you know that it's going to be very, very tough to score 3 goals in this hockey game. But it's going to be a fun one here at the Brookings, the Larson Ice Center, between the Rangers and the Capitals. Second time these two teams are meeting. First time here at inside the First Bank and Trust rink. We're going to play 3 games between these two teams in 3 different rinks. They played over behind us where the other rink is, now the First Bank and Trust rink, and then they'll play the Expo Center. So 3 different rinks to play those 3 games between these two teams of Brookings and Oahe. Let's take our break here in the pregame show. We'll come back and talk more about this matchup. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Hi, Jason here from Leisure Palace Pool, Spa, and Patio. We invite you to come in and see our expanded new location, 400 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Transform your new space into the best in industry hot spring, caldera, and free flow spas, and let the stress melt away. Or maybe it's an infrared sauna. Don't miss out. Also check out our pool tables, darts, fire tables, and outdoor furniture. Visit us today for the perfect blend of relaxation and entertainment. And as always, at the guaranteed lowest price.
Is your home a comfort roller coaster? Too hot 1 minute, too cold the next? Stop letting an unreliable system run your life. For true peace of mind, trust AirTech Heating and Cooling. We deliver consistent, perfect comfort every day. From expert repairs to new energy-efficient installations, AirTech has the experience to get the job done right the first time. We're pros who treat you like family. Schedule your service today and finally enjoy your home again. Call AirTech Heating and Cooling at 605-945-0160 and check out our Facebook page. The puck drops, the crowd roars, and Hawaii hockey is in full swing. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to support local hockey all season long. Whether you're hitting the road for work, school, or your next adventure, they've got your automotive needs covered. Stop by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre. Driven by community, powered by you. AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Discover the difference with Kathy Sun and Shine Properties. With 50 years of experience and their local expertise, Both as agents and neighbors, Kathy and her team are here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned investor, the trusted professionals at Kathy Sunshine Properties will listen to your needs and help you find the perfect fit.
Join the countless satisfied clients who have turned their real estate dreams into reality. Go Caps!
Have you assessed your roof at your home or business? Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters can help. Since 2010, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters has been helping their customers in Pierre, Fort Pierre, and all surrounding areas. With over 20 years experience, the professionals at Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters know how to get the job done. Specializing in all types of roofing, they'll make sure to find the right fit for you and your home. Give them a call at 605-280-9794 or get a free quote on their website at dakotastormroofing.com. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters. Reliable roofing for your peace of mind.
Hi, this is Brenna Ullman, and you're listening to Oahe Capital Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back, we are getting set for Brookings and Oahe here this evening from the Larson Ice Center as the Rangers are coming in at 10-1 and the Capitals at 8-2. We mentioned Rory Quam. Taylor Allerdings will get her first start of the season here against the Brookings Rangers. 2 wins, set 3.79 goals against average, 889 save percentage. Those 2 wins have come in relief to get those wins for the Capitals, who are 8-2 on the season. They're led in goals by Dakota McIntyre, who has 8. Kenzie Grendler and Sawyer Triplett lead the Brookings Rangers with 12 goals apiece. Maya Forster also with 9 goals for the Brookings Rangers. Let's take one more break. We'll come back and have starting lineups and opening puck drop next. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Looking for a trusted partner in your automotive journey? Beck Motor Company, your local Chevy dealer, is here for all your car buying, service, and repair needs. Whether you're shopping for a new ride, keeping your vehicle running smoothly, or looking for expert advice, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service every step of the way. We offer a wide selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, along with a service department you can count on. Come down to Beck Motor Company, where your satisfaction is our top priority. Beck Motor Company, we're making a great deal better. BeckMotors.com, 605-224-5912.
Since 1956, Ferding Electric has been serving South Dakota with reliable, safe, efficient, and economical electrical work. Their team of licensed, knowledgeable electricians will help you with all your electrical projects. New construction, rewires, or upgrades, residential, commercial, or agriculture. We know how to get the job done right. The history of Ferding Electric is something to be very proud of, and they work every day to ensure they remain the best electricians in Central South Dakota. Call 224-8684 or visit their website at ferding.com. That's ferding.com.
When you bank with First Fidelity, we reinvest your deposit right back into our community. We make loans to local families, farms, and small businesses. Community reinvestment is one of our basic purposes. It's vital to the local economy. It also helps grow our community. Stop by one of our branches today. First Fidelity Bank, first-class banking on a first-name basis. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Online at ffb-sd.com.
When the whistle blows and the season begins, you need more than skill to stay in the game. From football pads and hockey sticks to golf clubs, bikes, and fishing gear, your equipment is an investment. At State Farm, we help make sure it's protected because accidents happen, bags get stolen, gear gets damaged, and games get rough. With the right coverage, you can get back in action fast.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Hi, this is Jim Wadeen, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back, we are getting set for a puck drop between the Hawaii Capitals and the Brookings Rangers. As the starting lineup announced for the Hawaii Capitals, it'll be Addison Hunsley, Emily Nemec, and Brenna Ullman, those three forwards, with Elliot Birch and Sonia Junt as the two defensemen. And Taylor Allerdings will be the starting goalie for the Capitals. For the Brookings Rangers, it'll be the line of Grace DeVries, Kenzie Grendler, and Maya Forrester, along with also the two defensemen, as it will be, looks like Maya Edmondson and Emily Meyer will get the start, and then Rory Quam will be the starting goaltender. As we will pause, we'll keep it here on Capital City Rock, and we'll have the playing of the national anthem before we get rolling here this evening. Make the correction before we get rolling. The two defensemen are Graciana Peterson and Eva Colley. So it's DeVries, Grendler, Forrester with Peterson and Colley. And then for the Capitals is Hunsley, Nemec, Ullman with Birch and Junt. With it being Allerdings in net for the Capitals and Quam in net for the Rangers. As we are ready to go from the Larson Ice Center. It is the first of two games this weekend for the Hawaii Capitals. They will be on the road to Watertown tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. We'll have coverage on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. And we will also be back here tomorrow night for the Caps and the Brookings Rangers in boys hockey. As we'll have that coming up for you on Capital City Rock. It'll be at 6 o'clock starts. So we're ready to go. Only game tonight for girls varsity. Kenzie Grendler, Emily Nemec on the opening faceoff. Caps will go from right to left. The Rangers from left to right. 17 minutes are on the clock, and we are underway here this evening for the Larson Ice Center as the Brookings Rangers win the opening faceoff. It'll be moved up to the near side for Kenzie Grendler, and then Grendler works it towards the corner. Back to the blue line for Peterson, but it will go off of a body in front. And it does come out of the zone. Emily Nemec in the back end gets into the red line, but doesn't get it deep down the zone. And from the red line, it's dumped back in by the Rangers. Elliot Birch will pick it up for the Capitals. Comes to the near side. That pass is deflected. Didn't get to Emily Nemec. And then Colley will throw to the near side for Peterson. Off of Forrester into the offensive zone. Quick change for the Rangers. Capitals will start to make a quick change as well. Reagan Emmy will move it into the neutral zone, into the offensive end. Dakota McIntyre's stick is canceled out as a pass from DeVries will come to the near side, and it just misses for Brooke Cruz. Mallory Learcamp's pass misses for Birch. She'll retrieve it into the corner, moves it up the ice, and it will be Aubrey Stewart that will pick it up. Lone tire for Brooke Cruz, so the Caps have some numbers the other way. Pass will come back to Learcamp at the blue line. Over now for Beam, throws it to the side of the net, maybe looking for a redirect, but it goes to the corner on the near side. And then a player will go down on the corner, pinned to the boards and goes down. And now a 2-on-1 the other way. Sawyer Triplo will move to the offensive zone. That shot off the blocker of Taylor Allerdings into the netting. And we get our first whistle with 15:43 to go here in the first period. In a scoreless hockey game between the Caps and the Brookings Rangers. 10-1 record for the Rangers, 8-2 for the Capitals. We'll go through those starting goalies' numbers here in just a moment again. Face off to the left of Allardings. It's won by the Capitals after it was tied up and now pushed along. Ava Lavenger. She's got Kirsten Miller. Lavenger in her backhand looking to center one over. It goes off of a skate and then it's still loose to the side of the net before Quam's finally able to cover it up. She tried the first time to cover it up, missed it, and then it was still loose around the net. Kirsten Miller was there for the Capitals, but Quam was able to get the cover and the whistle. 10 wins for Rory Quam, 0.87 goals against average, 962 save percentage, 4 shutouts in the 10 wins for Quam. Taylor Allardings, 2 wins, 3.79 goals against average, 889 save percentage in her first varsity start. As this will go all the way down, it was tipped before the red line by Brookings, but then tipped by Sonia Junt. So there's no icing. It will be wrapped around the boards to the near side, pushed out of the zone by Ava Lavenger. And then it's Gracie Peterson again, trying to push it back into the offensive zone. Maya Forrester will grab the neutral zone and move it into the offensive end. That one's canceled out by Kirsten Miller, off the glass and kicked out of the zone by Miller. Right back to Forrester and into the offensive end. Callie Beam will swipe into the boards on the near side, but then Forrester will pick it back up. Dangles away, and then a centering pass just missing for DeVries. And it'll be on to the far side at the blue line. Kenzie Grendler will skate it out of the zone. The Caps will try and make a quick change defensively. Beam and Junt. It's now DeVries that has it. DeVries moving in. That shot off the side of the goalpost. On the outside of the goalpost, and it's still free for Brookings. Here's a shot from the face-off circle. That one misses, coming from Forrester. And Gracie Peterson pinches in to hold it in the zone. Puck will come free for Sonia Junt. Up the boards, but not out. It'll be moved around the boards again. DeVries will cut off Junt. Played it off the boards on the far side. That pass from Brenna Ullman was blocked, came back to Ullman, and now up ahead for Addison Hunsley. Scooped into the zone by Emily Nemec. Peterson plays it off the boards on the far side. On that right wing, Nemec trying to kick it back to the teammate. There's a shot by Birch that will go wide of Quam. Caps with 2 shots on goal. The Rangers with 1 so far. This puck will go all the way down to the Capitals' end of the ice. Elliot Birch will win the race to it. And that puck will be off the glass and down for an icing with 13:41 to go here in the first period. You are listening to KCCR FM Blunt, a Riverfront broadcasting station. We welcome you in on Capital City Rock Sports on YouTube. Those that are watching both back in Pierre and then also here in Brookings or around, if you're a Brookings fan or a Capitals fan watching tonight on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. A reminder to those, I don't have to necessarily remind the Capitals fans that tomorrow night's game will be on the air on Capital City Rock Sports. There's a centering pass. We'll remind the Brookings fans you can come to Capital City Rock Sports on YouTube to pick up the boys' game. Here's an opportunity for Aubrey Stewart moving in, and a good defensive play to get back in time to break it up. I believe that was Emily Meyer. That centering pass off the stick of Learcamp popped high up in the air. And on the near side is Brooke Cruz that will grab it for the Rangers. She'll throw it towards the net from the blue line. That was sticked away by Allardings. And now it's Callie Beam behind the net for the Capitals. The captain for the Caps, the Stewarts. Beam gets it again. We'll send it down the ice. Will it have the legs to get there for an icing? And it will just be an icing with 12:57 to go here in the first period. And if you're used to watching on the Brookings Rangers YouTube page, make sure that you head to Capital City Rock Sports for tomorrow night's game. You're here right now for the girls' game, but tomorrow night's game between the Caps and the Rangers will be here as well from the Larson Ice Center. There's a trip that will come up, and the Capitals will get their first power play of the evening. As Lavenger was tripped trying to move it into the neutral zone, Jordan Anderson will be the one to take the penalty. And the Boys and Girls Club power play will go to work with 12:49 left to go here in the first period. And can the Caps find a way to get on the score sheet? They went 0 for 3 on the power play back on November 29th. And it was a couple power play goals, 2 power play goals in the win for the Rangers. This will be iced down all the way down. And again, no icing with it being a penalty against the Rangers. Brenna Ullman will grab it on the far side, move it towards the middle of the ice for Lavenger. Up ahead for Addison Hunsley. She'll carry it in onside. Hunsley will leave it back for Brenna Ullman. Walks in, slap shot, save. Maybe it didn't get to Quam. It hit somebody in front, and it went off to the side. Was a juicy rebound for the Capitals, but no one there for Oahe, and cleared all the way down for Brookings. This pass will come over for Lavenger. Moves it around. Now it's a 3-on-1 for the Caps moving in. Lavenger had it knocked away by Peterson. Good defensive play for Peterson. It'll come to the nearest side. Ullman was able to hold it in. That one redirected by Peterson and went to the side of that. Centering pass. Trying to find the shot was McIntaffer. There are two different players around her. The puck's on the side of the net. And it comes out in front, but no shot by the Capitals. Referee is about to blow it dead. They'll let play continue. There's a shot by Kenley Boyer wide of the net. On the far side, Ullman will pick it back up. She'll throw it on net, but that one was blocked again by Grendler. Here's McIntaffer. That shot into the glove of Quam. She saw it all the way and gets the whistle with 11:37 to go here in the first period. 49 seconds remain on the power play for the Capitals. 5 shots on goal. It is 2 shots so far in the power play for the Caps. 49 seconds still remain. Dakota McIntaffer will take the face-off against Cruz. Bouncing puck. Looking for Learcamp, side of the net. This will be cleared away by Grendler all the way down. And the Caps, Taylor Allerdings will pass it up for Boyer, who is trying to find the handle of the puck. And we'll send it here to the nearest side for Aubrey Stewart. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Learcamp, that pass on her tape, but then knocked away by Cruz. Kenzie Grendler will get to the corner to pick it up and send it all the way back down again. And one final call here on the power play for the Capitals, as Elliot Birch will get the pass from Allerdings. Up ahead, nearly turned over to Cruz, but now it's in the neutral zone, and it's Aubrey Stewart. Cruz will play it down behind her own net, knocking it away from Stewart. Around the boards on the far side, Triplett will turn on her forehand. Does come out of the zone, looking for Cruz. Couple players will tangle up as it's back to 5-on-5. Cruz took the worst of it. Miller was skating through, and then Cruz kind of got tripped up by the back leg of Miller. Out for Reagan Emmy. That shot was blocked. Sawyer Triplett blocks it and then chips it out of the zone and then gains the red line. Will send it in deep and around the boards. It goes to Jalissa Peterson for the Rangers. Into the corner with 10:25 to go in the first period. No score in the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. This comes out of the zone. Kinley Forrester will send it back in. The Rangers will have to tag back up as they're going to get off for a delayed offside. And then it will be Sonia Junt that will play it across over for Emily Nemec. Out to the Ranger blue line, kicked into the zone by Nemec, but then cleared back out by the Rangers. Reagan Emmy will go back in front of her own net to retrieve the puck, played it off the boards, but the Rangers were there. Emmy will pin her girl to the boards. 4 players are battling for the puck, along with Jordan Anderson and Emily Nemec. Nemec will go to the ice, and the play will come out of the zone. Micah Buffalo is able to chip it down the ice, but it was off of the Rangers, so there is no icing. Around to the far side. This will be moved along from Cook. Raelle Cook will move it up the boards on the far side. She gets pinned to the boards. As this puck is up in the air, McIntaffer knocks it down. That shot goes on the outside of the net. And then it's loose in front. They score! The Caps knock it in. It's Micah Buffalo that makes it 1-0 with 9:23 to go in the first period. Buffalo's 4th of the season, right in front of the nets, and just poked it between the legs of Quam. And the Caps will strike first. They were shutouts in game 1 between these two teams, and will take the early lead. Buffalo's goal. We'll see if there's an assist given. Ava Lavenger and Kenzie Grendler on the ensuing face-off. A big first strike for the Capitals. This will be off the linesman or the referee. It ends up not being offside. The puck never went into the zone after it went off the referee. And an unassisted goal for Micah Buffalo. This one's kicked. Good job there by Forrester to hold it in. The Caps are going to get called for a penalty. It's going to be Birch that will... Is interference called against Birch. She pushed down Forrester after she kicked to hold the puck in the zone, which is obviously a legal play. And then Birch, without, could have been a cross check, could have been a check called. Interference is the call. And the Caps will go on the Hermanson Endodontics penalty kill with 9:01 to go here in the first period. 2 goals on the power play the first time these two teams played for the Rangers. This is thrown towards the net, blocked by Beam. Out to the far side boards, up to the top of the zone for Triplett. Now on the left wing, moving down to the corner, looking for that backdoor feed. Allerdings with that first one that she blocked, and then they score. It came out to Sawyer Triplett. She wound up and beat Allerdings glove side, and a power play goal ties the game at 1. And for Sawyer Triplett, that is the team leading 13th goal of the season. And how important it is to stay on the penalty box in this game against the Rangers. They made the Caps pay. 8:43 left to go here in the first period, and it is 1-1 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Faceoff was won by Nemec. She shot it all the way down the ice, and the Rangers turn it over to Nemec, looking to get it for Hunsley, but can't get a shot away. Puck is still loose on the side in the faceoff dot. Then that shot was off the side of Quam. She thought she had it, but the play continues. It was behind the net. Nemec, from the seat of her pants, able to play that to the front of the net. Puck is still loose in the slot, and now eventually grabbed by DeVries. Jalissa Peterson and Maya Forrester will get the assists on the goal. As the puck was out of the zone, moved back in by the Capitals, and they'll go off for a change. 1-1 now. We're right back to square one, as it took just 40 seconds later for the Rangers to score to tie the game up at 1 after the Caps got the first goal of the game. Gracie DeVries will dump it into the zone. Elliot Birch will send it around the boards to the far side. Mallory Learcamp fans on that first initial pass attempt. Maya Edmondson over there pushing her to the boards. Grace DeVries now has it in the corner on the far side. McIntyre trying to knock it away from her. Backhanded to the side of the net. Allerdings can't pick it up to freeze the puck. It's now Triplett who has scored the goal for the Rangers. Now will keep it in the offensive end, but it's turned over to Birch. And now Birch into the neutral zone, trying to pick up some speed. It will be knocked away by Triplett. Back out of the zone. McIntyre will send it back in. The Caps will have to wait for Birch to tag back up, and now it is an onside play. Here on the nearest side, that puck goes off the skate of Cruz. And now it will be grabbed by Gracie Peterson. But McIntyre using her positioning well to take the puck away. Kirsten Miller into the offensive end. Miller's shot was blocked by the stick of Edmondson. Trickles down to the net for Quam to cover and get the whistle with 6:53 left to go here in the first period. It is 1-1 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. We've got a lot of treats up here. The Burns have given me, Dre Burns and his parents have all given me different treats tonight. Augustana is playing SDSU after this game here at the Larson Ice Center. Kentley Boyer, Ava Lavenger will push it back into the offensive zone. Here on the near side, as it's Forrester, Kinley Forrester. Can't get the puck out of the zone. It will come back here for Maya Forrester. And she'll move it into the neutral zone. 2-on-2 with Kinsey Grendler on the near side, right wing. Forrester will move it to behind the net. And then Callie Beam will cut her off and try to push her away from the puck, where it's eventually grabbed by Lavenger. Will move up to the near side for Miller, but her pass is intercepted by Grendler to hold it in the offensive end. 6:05 to go here in the first period. 1-1 on time. Goals by Micah Buffalo for the Caps and Sawyer Triplett for the Rangers. On the near side, it is grabbed by Forrester just inside the Capitals' offensive end. Here is now Emily Meyer. Up ahead, off the boards, it's turned back over. Ullman will send it off the boards, not deep into the zone, but into the offensive end. Comes right back out to Reagan Emmy. Cross-ice pass for Elliot Birch. Birch gains the red line, sends it in deep on a cross-corner dump in. Ullman trying to get to it. Both players chop at it. Neither one hit it. Nemec, as the puck goes up in the air, knocked it down with their glove. It comes free for Sawyer Triplett, and she'll move in 1-on-4. Sends that in for a shot and kicked away by Allerdings, as she has made just her third save of this first period. The Caps are out shooting the Rangers 11-4 right now in a 1-1 tie with 5:10 to go in the first period. Passing Hunsley across for Ullman. Can't knock it down to control it. Gracie Peterson had the blue line but didn't get it in deep. Then it will be eventually sent in deep from L'Oreal Cook. And now Addison Hunsley, as it came around the boards on the near side, will send it deep down the zone, but not far enough for an icing. Maya Edmondson crossover That slot pass missed everybody, but Jordan Anderson was able to get a piece of it. Got in the offensive end. She'll spill down. Then that pass across ice from Dakota McIntyre was nearly intercepted, as it'll be moving up to the near side. Kenley Boyer into the offensive zone for a moment. Edmondson takes it away. Poke check by McIntyre. And then at the Brookings bench, as the Rangers are trying to get possession of it, McIntyre will send it in deep. Aubrey Stewart will be the first one to it. She'll send it up. It'll be off behind the nets. Did it stay on top of the nets, or did Quam catch it in the glove? It stayed on top of the net. It ramped up the stick of Quam. There was a mass of bodies in front of the net, so it couldn't tell if it was caught by Quam or if it stayed on top of the net and just sat there, and the referee blew the whistle to stop play with 4:18 left to go here in the first period. This is turned over in front of the net. It is loose. The side of the net just missed from McIntyre. Pass attempt from Stewart was blocked. And Maya Forrester will move it into the neutral zone, into the offensive end. Forrester trying to get around, and then she is pushed away by Birch and covered up by Allerdings. And we get a whistle with 3:59 left to go in the first period. Forrester tried to push it right around Birch and then move around her, but got denied that opportunity. And Allerdings was able to just cover it up, get the whistle. 3:59 left to go here in the first period. Caps need one more on the ice. Emily Nemec will be the one to jump on the ice. And now it'll be Reagan Hemme make that. Sonia Junt that will jump back onto the ice. As the Caps have maybe 3 defensemen on the ice right now. And now Elliot Birch, after was kicked out of the zone. This will be moved up. Caps can officially make that change if they want to. Micah Buffalo jumps on the ice. It wasn't nearly offside by the Caps, but they never touched it in the offensive zone. Sienna Tipton was able to take the puck away from Maya Forrester and got it over for Birch. Birch moves into the neutral zone. This puck is free, and now it can have an opportunity going the other way. Forrester moves in on a breakaway with a shot and a save made by Allerdings. Nearly a 2-on-0, but a Forrester breakaway was stopped by Allerdings to keep it a 1-1 game. Grendler at the top of the zone. That shot did not go through as it was off a body and went wide of the nets. 3:14 left to go here in the first period. Now we will get a whistle, and is that going to be a penalty on the Rangers for a cross check? Grace DeVries, I believe, is going to go for a cross check as she was standing in front of the nets and maybe cross check Buffalo with 3:12 remaining here in the first period. It'll be a Boys and Girls Club power play for the Hawaii Capitals. Their second power play. They're 0 for 1 right now. A 1-1 tie with 3:12 left to go here in the first period. This faceoff is going to be won by the Rangers. They get the puck out of the zone. Diving for it was Brooke Cruz to get out of the zone. This will be sent back in by Ullman. Off of a stick, goes to the corner. Nemec will play it to the farther behind the net. Hunsley trying to get to it. Now Ullman will play it back where it came from, but the only person there is Gracie Peterson. Up the boards, Junt trying to hold it in the zone. It does come out, and Sawyer Triplett will send it in deep. And then we'll put pressure on Callie Beam to grab the puck for the Capitals as they're on the power play. This will be down the ice. It will not be icing. 1:24 left to go. That probably is actually better for the Rangers than it wasn't icing. They can get the puck back out of the zone, which they did, and then Brenna Ullman will touch it up offside as she was just a second before getting inside the blue line. So an offside against the Capitals with 2:29 left to go here in the first period. 1:18 remaining on the power play and a 1-1 tie late in the first period. Face-off will be won here by the Capitals. Here is Reagan Hemme with it for the Caps. At her own blue line, goes cross ice for Birch. And Birch will move inside the red line, send it in deep on a cross-corner dump. It is Mallory Learcamp overskates the puck. Sent out of the zone by the Rangers. Birch will cut it off so it doesn't go deep down the zone. Caps will tag back up as it's tipped in by Stewart. And it'll go behind the net where the Rangers will grab it. That bounced on the stick and then will be sent down a second time, but Forrester blocked it, so now she's got a chance to move in the offensive zone. Forrester can't get to handle the puck. Birch helped out with that. And then now a penalty coming up against Birch, and she'll go to the penalty box for the second time here in the first period. With 1:45 left to go, a hook is called, and so Elliott Birch will have to be careful the rest of the way, as she can't get another penalty. Otherwise, she'll be out for the rest of the game. She's got 2, and so hook is called with 1:45 remaining. It will end the Boys and Girls Club power play. 34 seconds of 4-on-4, and then it will be the end of the period of a power play for the Rangers if they don't score. That shot by Triplett off the face-off win was blocked. It went to the corner on the near side. Callie beam to the far end of the ice. Up ahead looking for Lavenger, but that one misses. It will flutter its way down to Quam. It was going wide, but she'll push it along, keep play moving with now 1:23 left to go. Now it's one-on-one. Kinsey Grendler moves in. Grendler around and behind the net looking for a wraparound chance. Centered one and went off the stick of Colley, and it went just wide of Allerdings. It is now a power play for the Brookings Rangers. Hermanson endodontics penalty kill is 0 for 1 for the Capitals. Here's a shot blocker down by Allerdings as Colley was able to steal the puck away. Final minute of this first period. It is still 1:12 to go on the power play. Jalissa Peterson fans on the shot attempt. Then her second shot was blocked by Beam, who had fallen over beforehand, had not gotten back up, but she was able to block a shot from Peterson. Cruz, that one, no one was there on the far end of the blue line, so it does come out of the zone. The Capitals are trying to make a change right now, the penalty kill. Sawyer Triplett will move right back in. That shot is covered up by Allerdings as she was able to get hit in the stomach and then squeeze it to get the whistle with 34.6 to go here in the first period. Still 1-1 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. 50 seconds left to go on the power play, but 34 to go here in the period. This face-off is won by the Rangers on the far end of the ice, left wing side. Reagan Emmy in the corner. It is a battle for 3 players. Brooke Cruz comes away with it. Out to Peterson, that's tipped away, and now Stewart on a breakaway, shorthanded. 17 to go in the period. Stewart in, backhander, save made by Quam. 12 seconds to go in the period. Couple players will tumble to the ice. It's still an onside play for the Capitals. 5 seconds to go in the period. That pass will come over to the far end of the ice. That will take care of the period. One final shot that does not come before the time expired, and that will take us to the end of the first period. 1-1, and a very good first period for both these teams. 13-8 in shots in favor of the Capitals. There'll be 15 seconds left to go on the power play to start the second period for the Brookings Rangers. But we will come back and have the first intermission reports after this. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
On a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty or utilities being shut off or non-payments, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories. Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Since the day First Fidelity Bank first opened its doors for business in 1905, we've served the credit and investment needs of this area. The money that's deposited with us is reinvested locally in the form of loans to area families, farms, and small businesses, where it can help create new opportunities for everyone in our community. First Fidelity Bank, first-class banking on a first-name basis. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Online at ffb-sd.com.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
Hi, this is Elliot Birch, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back, it is the first intermission report. It is a 1-1 hockey game between the Oahe Capitals and the Brookings Rangers. As the Caps got the first goal, Micah Buffalo scored an unassisted goal as she got a rebound or a puck that ended up just being free and was able to stuff it in and get the first goal of the game to beat Rory Quam for the first time this year for the Capitals. After a 5-0 shutout the first game, they end up getting that goal to make it 1-0 with 9:23 left to go in the first period. But the Caps then took a penalty, and 40 seconds after the Caps had scored, ended up being a goal from Sawyer Triplett, from Jalissa Pearson and Maya Forrester to tie the game up on the power play to make it 1-1. The Rangers are still on a power play, but only 15 seconds left, so most likely will be 1 for 2. The Caps are 0 for 2. It has to be a really, really quick goal to get a power play goal to start the second period, but the Caps need to make sure that they kill off that first 15 seconds to get back to 5-on-5. But the two penalties in the period, the first one was on Jordan Anderson of Brookings with a trip that came with 12:49 to go. Then Elliot Birch got called for an interference that gave the Rangers their first power play, which they scored on. And then it was a cross-check from Grace DeVries that the Caps were unable to score on, but the penalty then was taken to make it 4-on-4 for about 45 seconds. And it was Birch again that got called for a hook. So DeVries and Anderson have to be careful because they've got one penalty through the first period. Elliot Birch has to be very careful the rest of this game, because if she does get another penalty, she will be out the remainder of the hockey game, and that's a big loss to one of the 4 defensemen that they've ran in this first period, or one of the 5 defensemen they've run in this first period, and she's kind of been almost every other shift. So to lose her presence, not only just, we know how good Elliot Birch is to begin with, but knowing that she's pretty much been every other shift so far in this first period, that you want her to be able to be on the ice for the remainder of the game. So it's very important that she stays out of the penalty box and doesn't put herself into a spot that could potentially get her into trouble and get her into that third penalty and not be able to play the rest of the game, because the Caps do need her, and they need everybody in this game to try and get a win over Brookings. But it is 1-1. And 13-8 in shots in favor of the Capitals, which is very similar to that first game. It was 13-7 in shots in favor of the Caps. Ended up being even at the end of the game, 33-33. But it was 13-7. The Caps out shooting the Rangers 13-8. But the biggest difference, it is a 1-1 game instead of 4-0 lead for Brookings. So the Caps have played a much better first period, up and down, than what they did in the first game against the Rangers. When their defense and the goals that were going in for the Rangers, it's been a better first 17 minutes for the Capitals, all said and told, being a 1-1 tie at the end of one period. Those are your first intermission stats. We'll come back. We'll tell you what's going on around the state here this weekend. It is Hockey Day in South Dakota tomorrow. This weekend is Hockey Day, the Hockey Weekend in South Dakota this weekend. It's Hockey Day in South Dakota tomorrow. We'll talk about that coming up next. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Weatherall Roofing and Insulation is a family-owned business that has served Central South Dakota for over 25 years. Weatherall Roofing and Insulation specializes in metal roof restorations and flat roof repair.
They also offer the highest quality insulation using closed-cell polyurethane foam and blow-in fiberglass. For all your roofing or insulation needs, make Weatherall your first choice. And remember, just foam it. River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Hi, Jason here from Leisure Palace Pool, Spa, and Patio. We invite you to come in and see our expanded new location, 400 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Transform your new space into the best in industry hot spring, caldera, and free flow spas, and let the stress melt away. Or maybe it's an infrared sauna. Don't miss out. Also check out our pool tables, darts, fire tables, and outdoor furniture. Visit us today for the perfect blend of relaxation and entertainment. And as always, at the guaranteed lowest price.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC. 224-6627.
Looking for a trusted partner in your automotive journey? Beck Motor Company, your local Chevy dealer, is here for all your car buying, service, and repair needs. Whether you're shopping for a new ride, keeping your vehicle running smoothly, or looking for expert advice, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service every step of the way. We offer a wide selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, along with a service department you can count on. Come down to Beck Motor Company, where your satisfaction is our top priority. Beck Motor Company. We're making a great deal better. BeckMotors.com, 605-224-5912.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Discover the difference with Kathy Sunshine Properties. With 50 years of experience and their local expertise, both as agents and neighbors, Kathy and her team are here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned investor, the trusted professionals at Kathy Sunshine Properties will listen to your needs and help you find the perfect fit.
Join the countless satisfied clients who have turned their real estate dreams into reality. Go Caps!
Hi, this is Dakota McTuffer, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back, it is a 1-1 tie at the end of the one period between the Brookings Rangers and the Hawaii Capitals. As we look at some scores from around the state, and again, we're the only girls varsity game tonight. There's only one boys varsity game tonight as well. That is Sioux Center hosting Sioux Falls West at 8 o'clock tonight, again, in Sioux Center. The girls' side of things, we'll play at 1 o'clock tomorrow against Watertown. We'll have that on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. We'll have that coming from the Watertown Premier Rink. And it will be, again, Hockey Day in South Dakota is tomorrow. 6 of the 8 teams are playing for only Sioux Falls and Brookings on the girls' side are not playing on Saturday. Aberdeen is hosting Sioux Center at 3 o'clock, and then at 5:30 Mountain Time, it is Rushmore Thunder against the Mitchell Marlins. And then on Sunday, it is Rushmore and Mitchell again at 1:15 Mountain Time, and then 3 o'clock puck drop for Aberdeen and Sioux Center as well. So we look at the boys' side for tomorrow. At Midco Arena, Sioux Falls West is hosting Aberdeen because then Augie is playing that night at their home ice. So Sioux Falls West will play at 1 o'clock against Aberdeen at Midco Arena for that game. The boys' Hawaii Capitals and the boys' Brookings Rangers are playing here at the Larson Ice Center at 6 o'clock. We'll have that game again here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. And then Huron is hosting Rushmore at 7 o'clock tomorrow night as well. And then they will play again at 2:15 on Sunday. Brookings here on Sunday against Aberdeen. That will be back on the usual Brookings Rangers YouTube page for those that are watching tonight and will be watching tomorrow. They'll be back to the usual Brookings Rangers YouTube channel on Sunday afternoon against the Aberdeen Cougars. So those are your scores, and which, again, there's no other scores to tell you about because the only other game on varsity side is starting at 8 o'clock tonight. So that's your schedule for the weekend for Hockey Day in South Dakota tomorrow and hockey weekend in South Dakota this weekend. We've got one more break. We'll come back with the second period. That is next here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
When the whistle blows and the season begins, you need more than skill to stay in the game. From football pads and hockey sticks to golf clubs, bikes, and fishing gear, your equipment is an investment. At State Farm, we help make sure it's protected because accidents happen, bags get stolen, gear gets damaged, and games get rough. With the right coverage, you can get back in action fast.
The puck drops, the crowd roars, and Oahe hockey is in full swing. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to support local hockey all season long. Whether you're hitting the road for work, school, or your next adventure, they've got your automotive needs covered. Stop by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre. Driven by community, powered by you.
The Boys and Girls Club of the Capital Area serves over 250 kids every day, giving them a safe place to go after school where they have fun and engage in learning activities school cannot provide. It is our mission to help every child become the best they can be. You can help children have a great future too by donating or volunteering for the club. For more information, go to bgccaparea.org or call us at 605-224-8699. From all of us here at the club, go Caps!
Since 1956, Ferding Electric has been serving South Dakota with reliable, safe, efficient, and economical electrical work. Their team of licensed, knowledgeable electricians will help you with all your electrical projects. New construction, rewires, or upgrades, residential, commercial, or agriculture. We know how to get the job done right. The history of Ferding Electric is something to be very proud of, and they work every day to ensure they remain the best electricians in Central South Dakota. Call 224-8684 or visit their website at ferding.com. That's ferding.com.
Have you assessed your roof at your home or business? Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters can help. Since 2010, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters has been helping their customers in Pierre, Fort Pierre, and all surrounding areas. With over 20 years experience, the professionals at Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters know how to get the job done. Specializing in all types of roofing, they'll make sure to find the right fit for you and your home. Give them a call at 605-280-9794 or get a free quote on their website at dakotastormroofing.com. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters, reliable roofing for your peace of mind. Is your home a comfort roller coaster? Too hot 1 minute, too cold the next? Stop letting an unreliable system run your life. For true peace of mind, trust AirTech Heating and Cooling. We deliver consistent, perfect comfort every day. From expert repairs to new energy-efficient installations, AirTech has the experience to get the job done right the first time. We're pros who treat you like family. Schedule your service today and finally enjoy your home again. Call AirTech Heating and Cooling at 605-945-0160 and check out our Facebook page.
Hi, this is Aubrey Stewart, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back, it is 1-1 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard, as it is going to be 15 seconds of a power play for the Brookings Rangers to start the second period, and then we'll go back to 5-on-5 hockey. Next goal's a big one. A 2-1 lead for one of these two teams. As we switch ends of the ice, Capitals will go from left to right, the Rangers from right to left. The period of the long change. Everything's going to be very, very good as we are underway here in the second period. This will be moved in by the Brookings Rangers and around here to the nearest side. Callie Beam will pick it up in the corner. We'll send it up the boards, not out of the zone. Aubrey Stewart's opportunity. That's kicked off of Triplet, and it does come out of the zone. So Elliot Birch will come off the ice, come out of the penalty box and come off the ice. And the Caps will get back to 5-on-5. As we are back to even strength. Wraparound chance from Ava Colley is stopped by Allerdings, who made 7 of 8 saves in that first period. This will be now Jalissa Peterson into the offensive zone, just off the stick of Ava Lavenger. She'll put it in the corner. then pick it up on that far end of the ice. And this will be missed by Brookings. There is no icing as it goes all the way down. Kinsey Grendler will have to pick it up. Grendler will move it here to the near side, where it's off the boards from Chloe Ziegeldorf. Behind the nets, McIntaffer trying to center one. And this will go all the way down the ice, and a long race for the puck. We didn't see Ziegeldorf on the ice for the Rangers the first time. The Caps had an opportunity to maybe get a breakaway the other way, but the pass missed to Ullman. Nemec can't win the race to the puck as Maya Edmondson will pick it up. The Caps are in the offensive zone right now, but a quick clear out, and it'll be moved along by Cook and then all the way down by the Rangers. Minute and a half gone by in the second period. Tie hockey game, all but 40 seconds have been tied. Caps led early on, and then 40 seconds later, it was a tie game at 1. This will be iced by the Capitals. Pass just missed for Emily Nemec. It'll be an offensive zone face-off here for the Rangers with 15:19 to go here in the second period. Face-off to the left of Allardings. It will be Forrester that will take it for the Rangers. Nemec for the Capitals. Make that Learcamp for the Capitals. Buffalo, excuse me, for the Capitals. One of the three will take the face-off. It was won by Brookings. This is blocked by Miller on an opportunity for the Rangers to keep it in the zone, but it does not come out by the Capitals. The Callie Beam, DeVries, shot by Grendler, she scores. The Caps were nearly able to get it out of the zone. The Rangers held it in, and then Grendler wrapped it off the pipe and in. And Grendler's 13th of the season gives the Rangers their first lead tonight with 15:01 to go here in the second period. It'll be DeVries that will get the assist, her 4th assist of the season, 8th point of the year. And a 2-1 game, a minute and 59 seconds into the second period. Now the Caps will have to play from behind, have to find a way to get this game tied back up. And again, Quam is allowing less than a goal per game at 0.87. So the fact that she doesn't give up too many goals is going to make things a lot more difficult here for the Capitals to try and get this thing tied back up. This will be iced at the last second. And it'll be an offensive zone face-off here for the Capitals. So DeVries and Forrester will get the assists. So Maya Forrester with her 2nd point and now 7 assists in the season. Face-off will be to the right of Quam. Dakota McIntaffer will take it for the Capitals. It was won by Triplett, but first picked up by the Capitals. Learcamp gets free. Pass will come for Stewart. Centered one for McIntaffer. It was blocked by a stick. It's going to be held in by Birch, but she can't push it deep into the corner as she partially fanned on it. Sawyer Triplett move into the zone. That shot's blocked by Birch. Moved up the boards. Gracie Peterson's able to hold it in the zone. It'll come back to Birch behind her own net. She'll move it to the far side of the ice. Pass over from Learcamp. That was blocked. And the Rangers were late on a shift as Jalissa Peterson was coming off the ice. So the Caps will pick it back up. McIntaffer is in. She'll send it wide of the net. It'll come to the far side of the ice where it's held in by Elliott Birch. She'll wrap it around the boards, behind the net, off the stick of Stewart. Picked up by Jordan Anderson, and around it comes here to the near side, the right wing for the Capitals. Sonia Junt will pinch in to hold it in the offensive zone. To the corner it goes, and Anderson will grab it now for the Rangers behind the net and move it up on the far side. Out of the zone for Brooke Cruz. Her first initial pass was canceled out by Ullman. Puck is still near Ullman and Cruz. It'll come to the nearest side. It is an onside play as Emily Myers into the zone, but Junt's able to protect the puck, but it doesn't come out again. Jordan Anderson's able to hold it in. Cook will send it to the net. Tipped wide by Birch. It'll be around the boards here to the near side. Two players will tie up for it. It was nearly coming to the blue line for Grendler. Now it's going to be a shot attempt. Was end up being stopped by Allardings. That one came from Ziegeldorf. And the puck again on the far side. Ullman off the boards. That one might have taken a hard carom off. And then again, the Caps are struggling to get the puck out of the zone right now. McIntaffer off of her stick. Grendler with a shot kicked away by Allardings. Ziegeldorf on the rebound. Never got it back to the net. Was blocked by McIntaffer, but the Rangers are buzzing right now. Puck will eventually come free off the glass, and it will go somehow, I don't even know if it would carry them off the glass. I think it just went into the stands completely. If it hit the glass, it barely nicked it to go into the stands. We get a whistle with 12:43 to go here in the second period. And the Caps, who are out shooting the Rangers 13-8 after the first period, is now 4-0 in shots in favor of the Rangers in the second period. Emily Nemec will take the face-off here for the Capitals. Ava Lavenger was on late. There's a face-off win, a shot and a save by Allerdings, coming from Maya Forrester, who's already got 2 points. 12:40 to go here in the second period. Another face-off to the left of Allerdings. Grendler will win that one again. Edmondson with a shot. That was blocked. The rebound was pushed wide by Grendler. Partially bounced on her, so she didn't get a good shot away. But after it was redirected, went right over to the stick of Grendler. And if it laid flat on the ice, it was a 3-1 game. There's a shot that was off of a body and going wide. Here on the near side, it's fished out of the zone by Nemec as she was falling to the ice. Forrester at her own blue line, losing the handle of the puck. Then she is tied up by Lavenger. It was Forrester that lifted the stick of Lavenger, did not interfere her or hook her. Otherwise, Lavenger had an opportunity to get a partial breakaway. Pass will miss for Forrester. Junt will move it up the boards, but it's going to be blocked by Forrester. 2-on-1 moving in. Forrester over for a shot by DeVries. She scores. DeVries will make it 3-1, her 5th of the season. And a great pass by Forrester as Beam was trying to block the pass. And that close and tight on a good pass, tape to tape. It's hard to stop. And Grace DeVries with her 5th goal of the season makes it a 3-1 lead, and Forrester's got her 3rd assist. And Coach Jim Wadeen will take his timeout to kind of rally the troops and settle everybody down. And so Grace DeVries makes it, and the timeout that Coach Wadeen is taking right now is one that, again, in a mid-season game against anybody but Sioux Falls or Brookings, he probably lets it ride out a little bit longer. But in a game against the Rangers where you feel like you had the good start that you wanted to get the lead, and now it's a 3-1 advantage for the Rangers, you can see where this game could be trending right now and where Coach Wadeen doesn't want it to trend all the way that way. And so a timeout to settle everybody down, talk to his team, and try and get some offensive momentum going, or to at least stop the momentum that the Rangers are on right now with 11:52 to go here in the second period. I mean, it is right now 5-0 in shots in favor of the Rangers in the second period with 2 goals already scored. Kinsey Grendler and Grace DeVries have made it a 3-1 game. And the Caps down by 2. Want to stop the bleeding right here. Face off, McIntyre will push it to Ava Colley of Brookings. It'll come over. Ainsley Reese has skipped over her stick. Reese will send it around the boards for Birch. Birch off of her stick, and a good play from Sawyer Triplett. Triplett will send it across ice, but it was blocked. Learcamp will move it up ahead for Aubrey Stewart. And Stewart to the blue line. She is pushed hard to the boards. Play will continue. That looked like a check. That was a dangerous play as Stewart will get the puck back, and it'll be played back around and in. Ava Colley here on behind the net will pick it up. Jalissa Peterson. That one's tipped by Triplett. Learcamp, that comes over for McIntyre. Square away. That shot's blocked back to McIntyre again, and a save made by Quam. Brooke Cruz up the boards all the way down the ice, rolling on edge. It will be an icing, just barely be an icing. And the route that Elliot Birch took helped possibly make that be an icing. 10:59 left to go here in the second period. It'll be an offensive zone face-off here for the Capitals. Emily Nemec will take the face-off to the right of Quam. Jordan Anderson will take it for the Rangers. It is won by Anderson. Emily Meyer up the boards on the far side. Pinching down was Kenley Boyer. Holds it in for a moment for the Capitals. Second opportunity does come out of the zone, and Callie Beam will have to race the puck. She was back skating and had to stop and start to get moving up the ice as the puck will come off the boards and out of the zone. And it's now Emily Meyer that will grab it here for the Rangers in her own end of the ice. Back to the neutral zone and back to the Capitals end of the ice, where Beam now has it again. She'll move it up to the near side. This is going to be tipped by Addison Hunsley. Goes into the zone. There is no icing. This pass was blocked the first time. Now Hunsley will intercept the puck. Hunsley with it. Centers one for Ullman. Her stick was lifted, and it comes out of the zone. It was a great defensive play by Forster the last second to lift the stick of Ullman so she doesn't get a one-timer. And the Caps will push it back in deep into the offensive end. This is knocked around. Nemec will grab it up for Buffalo, and that one's tipped wide by Buffalo. Back out for Emmy at the blue line. Back to Buffalo. Sends it across ice. Up to the top for Birch. Sends it to the net, and it is going to be covered up by Quam, and we will get a whistle with 9:52 left to go here in the second period. Wasn't the hardest shot that Birch has taken all season, and the most difficult part about that for Quam was that it was bouncing in a little bit of traffic in front, but he's going to make that save more times than not. Face off to the left of Quam. Ava Lavenger against Kinsey Grenler. Gonna push Buffalo back, get her back outside the face-off circle. It was won by the Rangers, but then Miller and Buffalo into the corner trying to get to two on the puck. Grindler's pinned Buffalo to the boards. Now Miller will pin Gracie Peterson to the boards. Grindler will let go of Buffalo. 5 players now are battling for the puck, and it comes free for the Rangers, but not out of the zone. And it's Reagan Emmy, but it's chipped off away from Emmy. And now it's a race to the puck. DeVries, the first one to it was Birch, but it goes off of DeVries and stays in the zone. Kenzie Grindler trying to get it to the net. She does get it to the net. She's, I think, trying to go back to her forehand, but push it to the net, and it will be Allerdings that will cover it up to get the whistle with 9:21 left to go here in the second period. Face-off will be to the right of Allerdings. 15-15 in shots. So this period is 7-2 now in favor of the Rangers. This face-off, it'll be a shot on the face-off win for Brookings. It was off of Beam, and it slowed in front of the net, and Allerdings was able to jump on top of it, get the whistle. 9:18 remaining here in the second period. Another offensive zone face-off for the Rangers. Sawyer triplet against Dakota McIntyre to the right of Allerdings. Left wing side for the Rangers. The face-off is won by Brookings. This will be Cruz. Up for Peterson. Can't chip it off the boards with Stewart. Peterson's able to hold it in the zone. Around it comes now for Beam. This will be here to the near side for Stewart. Up ahead for Gracie Peterson to hold it in the zone. Back to the corner on the left wing side. Beam was tripped up. Play will continue. Out to the blue line. Now we get a whistle. And it is a trip that is going to be called. And it will be a power play for the Capitals. Triplet will go to the box for a trip. 8:51 left to go here in the second period. And another Boys and Girls Club power play. This one feels like a must score right now for the Capitals. Third opportunity. They're 0 for 2 so far. 8:51 left to go here in the second. Face-off is going to be controlled by the Capitals. Up to Emmy at the blue line on the near side. Emmy with the shot that was blocked. It will get to the corner. DeVries lifts the stick of Ullman, and then we'll send it down the ice. And the Caps can't get more than a shot that was blocked in this first initial opportunity here in the third power play. Around it comes to the near side. It is Grindler that nearly held it in, but Nemec will grab the puck and into the offensive zone. That shot skipped on Quam behind the net as she couldn't catch it cleanly. It is back behind the net. Now it comes off the net. Nemec looking to try and center one. It comes back for Peterson as she turns to her forehand, then to her backhand and off the boards. Emmy trying to pinch in to hold it in the zone as she does. Into the corner it comes. And Emmy will send it back over. Hunsley with the shot that was blocked. And then it'll be cleared up the boards, but it's held in by Birch. Emmy to the near side for Ullman. Cross ice pass, blocked by the skate of DeVries. Lifted over to the far side. The Caps are able to hold it in the offensive zone. Nemec on a backhand. That one was blocked. Birch will pinch in. She'll get to the boards. Turns on her forehand. Sends it across ice looking for Ullman. That slap shot goes over, and that one went off of Nemec. and it was right in front of the net and unable to get the shot away. But again, Birch does a good job of holding it in the zone. Peterson up the boards on the far side. Hunsley's able to hold it in as it was blocked from Forrester's opportunity. Then she finally will clear it out, but it went off the referee, so it doesn't go far down the ice. 30 seconds remaining here on the power play. Birch is back into the offensive zone as she tries to swing behind the net. Birch still with it, looking for a shot attempt. That shot and a save made. Rebound is loose, and the Rangers will clear it, but not out of the zone again. Birch is able to hold it in, send it behind the nets. It'll come here to the near side. Off from Peterson. That one's off the skate of Junt all the way down, and that will take care of the power play, where the Capitals were able to get 2 shots on goal. But they are now 0 for 3 on the power play. Delayed offside. They do tag up just in time as it went off the referee again. Didn't go deep into the zone. Sawyer Triplett at her own blue line. Nearly lost the puck to Learcamp. Then it's poked away by McIntyre, and the Capitals are offside by just a hair. Learcamp had not gotten back across the blue line when McIntyre took the puck away. And we get a whistle with 6:36 left to go here in the second period. And it is a 3-1 lead for the Rangers on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Ava Lavenger on the face-off win for the Capitals. Buffalo trying to move it across ice, but it was intercepted by Maya Edmondson and then sent in by Jalissa Peterson. Callie Beam will grab it behind Allerdings. Up the boards on the far side, tipped by Buffalo. Held in by Ava Colley, and she'll send it around back behind the net again. Jalissa Peterson tried to cut it off, but Beam was able to get away from her. Miller up the boards on the near side. Does come out of the zone, but that misses for Buffalo. It's not going to go far enough for an icing. Ava Colley will get to it and send it back out of the Ranger end of the ice. Beam at her own blue line has it. Off the boards, missing for Miller. That one's touched by Edmondson, so there is no icing. 5:55 left to go here in the second period. Miller trying to take the puck away from Edmondson. Triplett will move it up to the near side, but again, it hits the referee. They've been involved with a lot of plays here so far in this second period. Triplett at the blue line. A good stick there from Kenley Boyer, but the puck does stay in the zone. It'll be around the boards of the corner. Brooke Cruz pushed off the puck by Ainsley Reese, but 3 players are battling for it, 2 for the Rangers. Cook had it for a moment, and it's Nemec that will grab it for the Capitals. Up on the boards on the far side. This will be knocked free by the Rangers, and Ainsley Reese will grab it in the corner for the Capitals. Reese on the near side, around the boards for Ullman. Off of Buffalo, skated out of the zone, and Micah Buffalo come off for the change, but no one else can yet for the Capitals. This will be sent back down. Here is Nemec up for Asen Hunsley because they're finished making the change. That's why everybody else stayed on the ice. They get the Nemec, Ullman, Hunsley line out for the Capitals. This will be moved along, held in. Here is now Ullman. That shot, and we get a penalty coming up, I believe, against the Capitals. It is a slash against Oahe, and it's going to be Addison Hunsley, I believe, that's going to go to the penalty box. And it is Hunsley that we could call for the slash. And with 4:52 to go here in the second period, the Rangers, who are 1 for 2 on the power play, will get their 3rd opportunity to try and make this a 3-goal lead. Hermanson Endodontics penalty kill. Face off. It is won by McIntyre, but can't clear the zone. That one was off the stick of Emmy on the shot by Triplett. It was a save by Allerdings. There's a shot that goes wide by Forrester, who's got 3 assists, but looking for her first goal of the night. Elliot Birch will send it down the ice. McIntyre tried to squeak out of the zone, slip out of the zone, maybe try and get a shorthanded opportunity. It'll come here to the near side where Stewart will hold it in the end. Kill off more time at the very least. McIntyre will swipe it in front, right in front of the paint. And now it's going to be Birch from the blue line. That shot was blocked. It came back to McIntyre to hold it, or make that Stewart that held it in. But now it's Triplett into the offensive zone for the Rangers. Triplett on the backhand as she'll skate behind the net with 4 minutes to go here in the second period. 1:10 remaining on the power play. Moving in is Grandler, cut free, and a good save by Allerdings on the shot. And a whistle with 3:58 to go here in the second period. And 1:06 remaining on the power play for the Rangers. Sawyer Triplett at the power play goal in the first period that tied the game up. It was 1-1 after 1. And now we're sitting at a 3-1 lead for the Rangers with 3:58 left to go. And a timeout will be taken by the Brookings Rangers. So both teams have used their timeouts in the second period. One for the Capitals, taking it to try and settle everybody down. And here I think the way the pace of this game has gone, Coach Jacoby Anderson may be saying, hey, this is a golden opportunity to take a 3-goal lead against the Capitals, and maybe he's not liking what he's seeing on the power play. He's pretty emphatic on the drawing board right now at the bench with all the girls watching him. But maybe a little bit of a breather with the way the pace has gone for this game so far, as we're pulling up at 7 o'clock at KCCR FM Lunte Riverfront Broadcasting Station. But I think the biggest thing is that I think, again, he probably feels like a 3-goal lead. 1:06 left to go in the power play. If you get that 3-goal lead, that you can really not cruise, not put it in cruise, not take your foot off the pedal, but you feel much better going into this second intermission up by 3 than only up by 2. And again, it could be a little bit of what he's seen on this power play that he hasn't liked so far to again, you see that in basketball a little bit where you get the 5 timeouts, so offense doesn't look good. You can take a timeout and kind of reset everything. To use it in hockey to reset your offense, you probably aren't really happy with how things are going. Here's Triplett on the shot that is blocked by Beam, and she'll send it all the way down the ice. 55 seconds left to go in the power play. 3:45 to go in the second period. It'll come here to the near side for Ava Colley into the neutral zone and into the offensive end. Colley will swing in on her off wing on the left-hand side. Behind the net she'll go, gliding with the puck. And again, Coach Anderson not happy. He slapped his hands on maybe a missed pass or missed opportunity. Forrester will send it into the corner here for Triplett, or it comes back out to Triplett. That shot goes off the skate of Lavender. It'll come to the far side, and Triplett will just hold it in off the stick of Learcamp, and she'll send it down the ice. 17 seconds remaining here on the power play for the Rangers. 3:05 left to go here in the second period. Addison Hunsley is due out of the box in the next 8 seconds. Maya Forrester creates some space into the offensive zone on her off wing, left wing side. That shot is a save. Rebound. Allerdings made the second save. Now it's got Hunsley out of the penalty box, and Beam will try and get up to Hunsley. That's off the stick. Ooh, they say it's offside. I'm not sure that was an offside play. Hunsley looked like her skate was still on the blue line, but it will be offside against the Capitals. And because of the pass attempt from Beam, well, she was outside of the Capitals end of the ice. I thought she was still in the Capitals end of the ice, which would have put the face-off all the way in the defensive zone, but it does come to the Capitals blue line instead of being at the usual blue line spot from where the offside was. I think Birch is trying to ask that question of why it wasn't there, but because the pass, and it wasn't tipped by anybody, why the pass was at the Capitals blue line, that's why the face-off is where it's at. On the face-off win, Brenna Ullman will send it in. Quam will cover to get the whistle with 2:37 left to go here in the second period. Face-off will be to the right. I think that the left of Quam. It'll be Addison Hunsley that will take the face-off against Kenzie Grendler. Offensive zone face-off here for the Caps. Hunsley will try and win the face-off. Nearly got it around Grendler. But it's going to be tipped along and out of the zone by the Rangers. Reagan Emmy can't get the puck. Now it's going to be Forrester moving in. Her pass attempt was blocked by the stick of Nemec on the back check with 2:20 left to go here in the second period. On the far near side of the corner, Edmondson. Grendler up ahead to the blue line. DeVries on the touch pass, and will come out of the zone. Edmondson will grab it and move it back to Forrester at her own blue line. DeVries into the offensive zone for the Rangers. Swings wide on the left wing. Her pass is blocked by Ullman. Goes right over to Birch. Wrapped around the boards of the far side, but held in at the blue line by Gracie Peterson. Kinsley Grendler on the backhand, centered one over, and that shot was blocked. Looking for DeVries, but Nemec was there to block the pass or block the shot attempt. Now it's Ullman and Nemec. Late on a shift. She scores! Brenna Ullman from the blue line will score to make it 3-2 with 1:37 remaining. Fifth goal of the season for Ullman. And that is one that becomes a gift for the Capitals because Rory Quam does not make that mistake. You give her 1,000 chances. She's stopping that puck 999 times. But it's the one that goes past her and into the net with 1:37 to go here in the second period. And that is a huge goal for the Caps to be down by one with 1:35 left to go here in the second period. Unbelievable goal for Brenna Ullman. And it's on the near side for Ava Colley. This game will ramp up the intensity in that third period as long as there's no scoring by the Rangers. If there's a goal by the Capitals, it will really ramp up because they're down by one right now. Kirsten Miller had brought it in the offensive zone as it will be the player falling to the ice, Alyssa Peterson. She's slow to get up, and she's going to go off to the bench. She took a spill, and the way her balance was, it was not a great spill by Peterson. We'll get down to the final minute of this second period. Micah Buffalo trying to send it in deep for the Capitals. At the blue line, start to get it into the offensive zone. Triplett will pass it back over. Cruz here to the nearest side. Edmondson, her pass goes across ice back to Cruz and fishes it out of the zone. Kelly Boyd, her own blue line, sticked away by Cruz. Callie Beam out of the zone. Triplett will send it back in. It goes off of Allerdings. It was a late offside, so it wasn't going to count if it had gone in. 27 seconds to go here in the second period. Both teams do not want to give up. This will be an offside. Do not want to give up a last-second goal. With an offside call against the Rangers, face-off will be just outside the Capitals' blue line. 22.9 to go, 3-2. Brenna Ullman's goal from the blue line was a harmless dump in that Quam just flat out missed. And that will, I don't think you'll see that the rest of the season and the rest of Quam's career. It'll come here to the nearest side. Dakota McIntaffer to the net, off the stick of Quam. Bounce back up, 8 seconds remaining here in the period. Ainsley Reese stepped up to hold the zone. 5 seconds to go, 2-on-1. Rangers move in. Pass comes over. There's a shot. Glove saved by Allerdings with .2 to go in the period. That is a big save for Allerdings to keep this game a one-goal game. That will head to the third period. Yes, there's .2 left to go. I think it's kind of like basketball. There has to be, I think, .4 for a shot to go in. Face-off will be to the right of Allerdings. It is dropped, and that will take care of the period. It is 3-2 at the end of two periods. The Rangers are now out shooting the Capitals, but that last goal by Brenna Ullman makes this game very interesting going into the third period. Caps are down by one, 3-2 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein scoreboard. We'll come back and recap the second period. You are listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
When the whistle blows and the season begins, you need more than skill to stay in the game. From football pads and hockey sticks to golf clubs, bikes, and fishing gear, your equipment is an investment. At State Farm, we help make sure it's protected because accidents happen, bags get stolen, gear gets damaged, and games get rough. With the right coverage, you can get back in action fast.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pier and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pier and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
The Boys and Girls Club of the Capital Area serves over 250 kids every day, giving them a safe place to go after school where they have fun and engage in learning activities school cannot provide. It is our mission to help every child become the best they can be. You can help children have a great future too by donating or volunteering for the club. For more information, go to bgccaparea.org or call us at 605-224-8699. From all of us here at the club, go Caps!
As a family grows, so does its financial needs. There are doctors and dentists, optometrists, lessons, braces, groceries, and more groceries. Then, of course, there's cars, college, and weddings to pay for. First Fidelity Bank is here to make the financial side of growing a family a little easier. First Fidelity Bank. First-class banking on a first-name basis. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Online at ffb-sd.com.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Discover the difference with Kathy Sunshine Properties. With 50 years of experience in their local expertise, both as agents and neighbors, Kathy and her team are here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned investor, the trusted professionals at Kathy Sunshine Properties will listen to your needs and help you find the perfect fit.
Join the countless satisfied clients who have turned their real estate dreams into reality. Go Caps!
Hi, this is Kylie from, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Well, it is a 3-2 game on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard as things have gotten very interesting going into the third period. It was 2 goals by the Brookings Rangers. Kinsey Grendler scored just a minute and 59 seconds into the second period. Then Grace DeVries made it a 3-1 game. Maya Forrester has 3 assists in the game. DeVries also had an assist on the Grendler goal. Made it 3-1. Coach Wadeen took his timeout to settle everybody down and kind of rally the troops a little bit and kind of refocus everybody. Well, the Caps didn't score right away. They didn't really, I wouldn't say that they didn't play bad hockey yet by any means after that, but they just couldn't get anything offensively going. And then with 1:37 left to go, was a harmless dump in by Brenna Ullman that went on net, and Rory Quam was trying to just play with her stick into the corner like she normally would and would do it routinely in practice and in games, and she fanned on it and it went into the net, and Brenna Ullman made it a 3-2 game at that point with her 5th goal of the season. And then the last seconds, it was a 2-on-1 for the Rangers. Grace DeVries had a chance for her 2nd goal. Taylor Allerdings flashed the glove and had a big glove save with 0.2 seconds remaining. So the goal would have counted. If it had gone in, there wouldn't have been much time left, but the goal would have counted, and it would have been a 4-2 lead, and it would have wiped out all the momentum the Capitals had. But that glove save turns into a little bit more momentum for the Capitals now into the third period. And where the Rangers and Coach Jacoby Anderson took his timeout during that last power play opportunity, I don't think he liked how the power play was running, so he wanted to call timeout to kind of, again, reset and go again. And he didn't, I don't think he really cared for how the power play ended for the Rangers. But now the momentum has shifted to the Capitals, even though they're down by 1, and neither team will have their timeout in the third period. So if the Caps find a way to strike some momentum and push themselves farther into this game with the tie or even take the lead, Coach Anderson won't have a timeout to settle everybody down. Flip side is if the Rangers go back up by 2, or if it's still a 1-goal game and you're down in the final minute and you got the goalie pulled and you're trying to give a little bit of a rest of who you want on the ice, Coach Wadeen won't have a timeout to take to try and get another minute of rest and be able to draw up a play that he wants to try and tie the game up. So both teams have used their timeouts, and we'll see if becomes a factor at all, or if there becomes a time in the game where it looks like either one of them could have used a timeout there. Not saying that either one was a bad timeout to take when they took those timeouts, but when you only get one, you have to use it very, very wisely. And can it be for the Capitals a very good used timeout in that second period? Or will it not hurt the Rangers in their timeout that they took in that second period? But it is a 3-2 game at the end of 2 periods. The Rangers outshot the Capitals in that second period 14-8. Outscored them 2-1, but outshot them 14-8. As the penalties in the second, it was a trip called against Sawyer Triplett, and the Caps had 1 penalty, a slash called against Aston Hunsley. Both teams were 0 for on the power play in the second period. as the Caps are 0 for 3. The Rangers are 1 for 3. That one power play goal where the Caps don't have any, you can say that's the difference in the game right now, the 3-2 lead for the Brookings Rangers over the Oahe Capitals. We'll return, and after those second division stats, we'll return and again talk about those upcoming games, as we're still the only game in progress, both boys and girls varsity side. But we'll talk more about that schedule coming up here in just a little bit. You're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
The puck drops, the crowd roars, and Oahe hockey is in full swing. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to support local hockey all season long. Whether you're hitting the road for work, school, or your next adventure, they've got your automotive needs covered. Stop by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre. Driven by community, powered by you.
Hi, Jason here from Leisure Palace Pool, Spa, and Patio. We invite you to come in and see our expanded new location, 400 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Transform your new space into the best in industry hot spring, caldera, and free flow spas, and let the stress melt away. Or maybe it's an infrared sauna. Don't miss out. Also check out our pool tables, darts, fire tables, and outdoor furniture. Visit us today for the perfect blend of relaxation and entertainment. And as always, at the guaranteed lowest price.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Since 1956, Ferding Electric has been serving South Dakota with reliable, safe, efficient, and economical electrical work. Their team of licensed, knowledgeable electricians will help you with all your electrical projects. New construction, rewires, or upgrades, residential, commercial, or agriculture. We know how to get the job done right. The history of Ferding Electric is something to be very proud of, and they work every day to ensure they remain the best electricians in Central South Dakota. Call 224-8684 or visit their website at ferding.com. That's ferding.com.
Looking for a trusted partner in your automotive journey? Beck Motor Company, your local Chevy dealer, is here for all your car buying, service, and repair needs. Whether you're shopping for a new ride, keeping your vehicle running smoothly, or looking for expert advice, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service every step of the way. We offer a wide selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, along with a service department you can count on. Come down to Beck Motor Company, where your satisfaction is our top priority. Beck Motor Company, we're making a great deal better. BeckMotors.com, 605-224-5912.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
Hi, this is Sienna Tipton, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back, it is a 3-2 game after two periods between the Oahe Capitals and the Brookings Rangers. It is Hockey Day in South Dakota tomorrow. It is hockey's weekend in South Dakota this weekend. We're the only girls game today. Tomorrow for the girls, we will be in Watertown as the Capitals will take on the Lakers at 1 o'clock. We'll have that game on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Aberdeen and Sioux Center will play at 3 o'clock, and Rushmore and Mitchell will play out in Rapid City. And then Rushmore and Mitchell will play again on Sunday, along with Aberdeen and Sioux Center playing on Sunday this weekend. For the boys' side, just one game. It is Sioux Center against Sioux Falls West at 8 o'clock tonight in Sioux Center. Sioux Falls West then will host Aberdeen at 1 o'clock tomorrow at Midco Arena before Augustana plays their hockey game. The club teams, Augie and SDSU, are playing here after this game concludes. The Oahe Capitals at 6 o'clock take on the Brookings Rangers, and it will be Huron hosting Rushmore at 7 o'clock. And again, a reminder for those that are watching, Brookings fans that are watching here tonight with us being the only live stream, usually of the Brookings Rangers, that you can watch on YouTube. We will have that game here on Capital City Rock again. You won't have it on the Brookings Rangers YouTube, but you'll have it here on Capital City Rock tomorrow night as well at 6 o'clock. But then on Sunday, when the Rangers play Aberdeen at 1 o'clock, you'll go back over and watch on the Brookings Rangers YouTube for those that are not able to attend, whether you're around the country or even in Brookings and still unable to attend and watch in person. You'll go back to the Brookings Rangers YouTube on Sunday. You'll come back here on Capital City Rock Sports on YouTube tomorrow night for that Rangers and Capitals game. We've got the third period coming up next. It is a 3-2 lead for the Rangers over the Oahe Lady Capitals. Back in a minute, or back after this here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Have you assessed your roof at your home or business? Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters can help. Since 2010, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters has been helping their customers in Pierre, Fort Pierre, and all surrounding areas. With over 20 years experience, the professionals at Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters know how to get the job done. Specializing in all types of roofing, they'll make sure to find the right fit for you and your home. Give them a call at 605-280-9794 or get a free quote on their website at dakotastormroofing.com. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters. Reliable roofing for your peace of mind.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC. 224-6627.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty or utilities being shut off or non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
Is your home a comfort roller coaster? Too hot one minute, too cold the next? Stop letting an unreliable system run your life. For true peace of mind, trust AirTech Heating and Cooling. We deliver consistent, perfect comfort every day. From expert repairs to new energy-efficient installations, AirTech has the experience to get the job done right the first time. We're pros who treat you like family. Schedule your service today and finally enjoy your home again. Call AirTech Heating and Cooling at 605-945-0160 and check out our Facebook page.
Weatherall Roofing and Insulation is a family-owned business that has served Central South Dakota for over 25 years. Weatherall Roofing and Insulation specializes in metal roof restorations and flat roof repair. They also offer the highest quality insulation using closed-cell polyurethane foam and blow-in fiberglass. For all your roofing or insulation needs, make Weatherall your first choice. And remember, just foam it.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Hi, this is Ava Lavenger, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back, it is the start of the third period. The Oahe Capitals down 3-2 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. We start 5-on-5. Dakota McIntyre, Sawyer Triplett on the opening faceoff. It is won by the Rangers, and we are underway here in the third. It is a cross-corner dump in for Brooke Cruz. Out towards Aubrey Stewart, held in by Sawyer Triplett. Behind the net it comes, and it is Birch. Moves up the boards on the near side for Mallory Learcamp. Learcamp out to the blue line. It is going to be held in again by the Rangers, and now eventually out by McIntaffer. She'll send it over for Stewart, and it's going to be Kinley Forrester that was trying to move the puck back out of the zone. And here on the near side, it is Brooke Cruz again. Over for Elliott Burge for the Capitals. Up ahead for Stewart. She'll turn and swing it into the offensive end. Mallory Learcamp will race to the puck along with Edmondson. Maya Edmondson wins the race to it. Jalissa Peterson make that Forrester. Back to Edmondson and around the boards on the far side. Birch will cut it off as she pinches in. She still has it, looking to pass it over for McIntaffer. The first initial opportunity was blocked. Puck will come to the far end of the ice. It is now Learcamp that will pick it up. Centered one. No one there for the Capitals. Maya Forrester now has it for the Rangers. She'll chip and chase. But it's Judd that will get to it first. Off the glass, doesn't come out of the zone, but a good stick lift there from Nemec. And the puck will be back in by Gracie DeVries. And now it's Kinsley Grendler across, and a save made by Allerdings on the Grendler shot with 15:39 to go here in the third period. And a face-off upcoming in the Brookings offensive zone to the right of Taylor Allerdings, who has made 20 saves on 23 shots. 19 saves on 21 shots for Rory Quam. Forrester looks to win the faceoff. She wins it back to Ava Colley. And then Colley will push it to the behind the net for Grace DeVries. And it will come to the side of the net where it is grabbed by Allerdings, and we get another whistle with 15:31 to go here in the third period. Again, the Capitals will take on Watertown tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock up in Watertown. There's a shot on goal and a save made by Allerdings. The Caps and Rangers boys varsity teams will play tomorrow night at 6 o'clock here at the Larson Ice Center. Both those games will be on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Chipped off the boards, Emily Nemec and Brenna Ullman in the offensive zone. Nemec, that shot, that's one kicked away by Rory Quam. And centering pass, Ullman shot it wide of the one-timer. Nearly timed the game up, but it went wide. Beam will keep it in the zone, and she'll push it into the corner. And it's Gracie Peterson. That comes out, and now Elliott Birch. It's not going to be icing. It was touched by the Capitals, so Birch will grab it and have to skate to the near side on her backhand. Trying to keep it away from DeVries, Grendler, and Buffalo. And then it will be grabbed by Hunsley, but not out of the zone. Emily Myers able to hold it in. The Rangers, though, are late on his shift. Maya Edmondson will win the race to the far side and keep it in the offensive zone. Nemec, though, this will come out of the zone. Kenley Boyer up ahead for Buffalo. Backhand swoops it in. And behind the net is going to be Meyer. 14:22 left to go here in the third period. Out to the blue line. Boyer fans on a potential shot. Maybe skipped on her after it was touched by Jordan Anderson. Anderson, along with Lavenger, tied up on the boards on the far side. Buffalo trying to get the puck for the Capitals. That pass is off the stick of Birch, so send it off the boards around the far side. That's tipped away, and it's going to be Lavenger that will send it around as it comes out of the zone, kicked along back into the offensive zone, looking to get to Miller. Lavenger trying to pass it to Miller, and it went off of her skate and wide of the net. It'd been an interesting call if that had gone in, because she was not trying to kick it, but still was a kicking motion as Reagan Emmy, she'll fan on it and then blow a tire behind the net. Tipped along by Lavenger. It's not going to go far enough for an icing before his touch. Then it's turned over. Buffalo with a shot and a save made. She had a chance to maybe walk in a little bit closer. Gracie Peterson turned it over to Buffalo. And she took the shot and could have maybe walked in closer. Here's Triplett with a shot. That's blocked by Beam. Off of her skates, and now Triplett will race to the corner to pick it up. Reagan Emmy canceling out Triplett, set down the ice. It will flutter its way and go down for an icing against the Caps with 13:10 left to go here in the third period. Boy, that turnover. Buffalo had the puck, and she's got a strong shot and a hard shot to try and beat Quam and almost maybe catch her off guard on the quick turnover, but had the room to skate in and go one-on-one with the goalie herself. And took the shot. Quam made the save, and the Caps are still down by one. Sawyer Triplett, that shot attempt, that's blocked by the Capitals and Ainsley Reese. It'll come out of the zone. Gracie Peterson on her own blue line. It is Learcamp. Now comes back to Peterson. Across it goes over for Jalissa Peterson. This is off the referee, so now it's Birch that will stop and turn back around. It is now Stewart with a pass attempt over for Learcamp. He will sell the puck down, but can't get it past Gracie Peterson. Great defensive play there from Gracie Peterson. Birch will regather here for the Capitals. Off the boards, up ahead for Learcamp. Her pass across was blocked. Learcamp will pick it back up, walk into the offensive zone, but Ullman was offside, and we get a whistle with 12:25 left to go here in the third period. Face-off will be outside the Rangers blue line. Aston Hunsley will take the face-off against Kenzie Grendler. 12:25 left to go here in the third period. Will the next goal be a tying goal or a two-goal lead? Grendler moves in, she scores. It is a two-goal lead. Grendler's second of the game. And off the face-off win for Brookings, they go down the ice. And Grendler makes it 4-2 with 12:15 remaining here in the third period. Kenzie Grendler, second of the game, her 14th of the season. We'll see if there's an assist given on the goal. Looks like it's going to be unassisted. Oh, excuse me, Emily Meyer will get the assist. And so Meyer picks up her second point of the season, her second assist of the year. Here's a turnover. Aston Hunsley will move into the offensive end. Hunsley in. That shot doesn't get to the net. Went wide as he was trying to gather the puck right in front. And a centering pass by Ullman ended up being blocked. At the blue line is held in by Beam. Ullman will send it across as it goes over to the far side. It is going to be for Junt. Into the corner, behind the net, with 11:40 left to go here in the third period. Kenzie Grendler will grab it. Her pass out of the zone, as that was for Forrester. Knocked away by Beam, popped up in the air. Beam will send it across here to the near side for Nemec. Left wing into the zone for Nemec. Tried to send it to the net, but it was blocked. Comes back out of the zone, and now it's going to be Birch. Elliot Birch will carry it in the offensive zone. She'll swing wide with speed. Birch behind the net, looking for a centering opportunity. Birch will circle the wagons back out top. She'll stop and start away from Forrester. Still with it is Elliot Birch. Centers one over for Buffalo, but her stick was being lifted at the time. And then that pass just misses for Ullman, and it comes out of the zone with 11 minutes to go here in the third period. Birch on the far end of the ice. Her pass was knocked down. Edmondson with the steal. She'll move in. Face-off down with a shot. It was off of Birch and a good block shot. Miller will send it back around. Birch is late on a shift. She's looking like she's gassed right now. Buffalo, far side. Bouncing puck. Tied up along the boards. Now Lavenger off to the side of the net, and it will be covered up by Allerding. So we get a whistle with 10:34 left to go here in the third period. So Grendler's goal makes it 4-2. A two-goal lead here for the Rangers. The Caps are one shot away from tying things up. Now they've got to find a way to beat Quam twice in this third period just to send it to overtime. Here's an opportunity. Kirsten Miller moving to the offensive zone. She'll send it wide of the nets. It'll be for Cook, who will get it back out of the zone. Down the ice. There will be no icing. Touched by Boyer. Pass will come from Miller back to Boyer, but it misses her stick. Now it's Beam on the far end of the ice. She'll skate into the neutral zone. This will be off. Oh, it will be an icing. It looked like it was off of a stick of Brookings. And it will be an icing against the Capitals. And the offensive zone face-off here for Allerdings. To the right of Allerdings. The Rangers, Sawyer Tripler will take it. Go to McIntaffer on the face-off. Out to Ava Colley at the blue line. This will be sent by Peterson. Jalissa Peterson is broken up. This will go all the way down the ice. Will be wide of Quam. It will be, so it'll be another icing against the Capitals with 9:50 left to go here in the third period. Again, tomorrow afternoon, we have coverage at 12:40 and a 1 o'clock puck drop between the Capitals and the Watertown Lakers up in Watertown. And then later that night, tomorrow night, 5:40 with coverage and a 6 o'clock puck drop between the Caps and the Rangers in boys hockey. Aubrey Stewart into the offensive zone for the Caps, trying to protect the puck. Goes to the corner, trying to grab it again, but Gracie Peterson was the first one to it. Brooke Cruz trying to push Reagan Emmy off the puck. Comes out of the zone. Mallory Learcamp will send it back into the corner. 9:25 left to go here in the third period. On the near side, pass will come up. Cruz can't get out of the zone. It was blocked by Emmy. Can't hold the line. Learcamp is tied up with Jalissa Peterson. Triplett will send it into the zone, but right to Elliot Birch, who will try and pick up some speed and try and get around Jalissa Peterson. Goes to the boards on the far side. Birch still trying to find the puck. Jalissa Peterson slow to get up as she tumbled down to the ice. Learcamp intercepts the pass. And Learcamp with the back end. Center one. McIntaffer on the bouncing puck. Can't get it on the net. McIntaffer trying to center one. That was blocked. This is going to be turned over. Learcamp's able to hold it at the blue line. That shot attempt was blocked, and it goes to the corner on the near side. Up the boards on the near side, out of the zone by the Rangers. This will go far enough for an icing. It'll be an offensive zone face-off for the Capitals with 8:40 left to go here in the third period. Shots are even 25 apiece, but the most important stat is the Rangers leading by 2, 4-2, with 8:40 left to go in the third period on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Face off to the right of Quam. Offensive zone opportunity here for the Capitals. Emily Nemec against Kenzie Grendler. It is won by the Rangers, but the Capitals will get to the puck first. Hunsley lost the puck to Forrester. Gets picked by the referee. Hunsley got to the slot but couldn't get a shot away. The bouncing puck. Callie Beam is pushed off the puck as she goes down to the ice. Brenna Ullman will pick it back up, and Ullman can't get it in deep in the offensive zone. As this will be moved at the blue line, Beam holding it out of the zone for a moment. Now Beam will step up offensively. Callie Beam trying to go around, has the puck behind the nets, centers one. Hunsley in a backhand, trying to juggle the puck up in the air. Hunsley on her forehand, trying to center one, but Beam is escaping the zone to go off for a change. Maya Forrester, now 2-on-3 in the offensive end. Forrester in her back end, off wing. She'll step up and somewhat of a reverse hit on Sonia Junt. Up the ice here for Addison Hunsley. Hunsley on the back end, can't get it in deep, bouncing puck. This will be sent off the boards. And now it's going to be for Birch again. Got into the offensive zone, lost the handle of it. Now the pass up ahead, and it will be moving in for Cook. Her shot and a save made by Allerdings. We get a whistle with 7:15 to go here in the third period. Face-off will be to the right of Allerdings. It is 26-25 in shots, 4-2. Brookings leads on both categories. 7:15 left to go in the third period. Face-off will be won by the Rangers. Jordan Anderson will send it around the boards. It is Ainsley Reese that will pick it up. Near side, Miller. Pass goes across, right on the tape of Dakota McIntaffer. McIntaffer will send it in deep as it got to the corner. Around it comes from Ziegeldorf. Centered one from Buffalo. Trying to get it back over for Hunsley. Now it's in front for Buffalo, and a save made by Quam. Right in front, the net is off its moorings. So it'll be an offensive zone face-off here for the Capitals. But Micah Buffalo nearly got her second of the game to make it a one-goal game again with 6:47 to go here in the third. It'll stay with an offensive zone face-off here for the Capitals. Face-off will be to the right of Quam. It is Emily Nemec on the face-off win here for the Capitals. We'll get back up off the ice. Pass comes over for Lavenger. Her shot, and that one was a save made by Quam. The angle that it had looked like an opportunity to go in, but it was going well wide after Quam made the save. It is now for Lavenger again. Behind the nets. Sends it around the boards. She's now playing defense with Sonia Junt. Bouncing puck, picked back up. That'll be a hand pass or a high stick. And a face-off here for the Capitals outside their own end of the ice. Actually, it's going to go all the way down and be an offensive zone face-off here for the Capitals with 6:15 left to go here in the third period. Dakota McIntyre will take the face-off. Lavenger and Judd are the two defensemen right now. The rare shift off for both Beam and Birch. I'm not sure they've had a shift off between the two. It'll come here to the near side with 6:05 left to go in the third period. Rangers can't get out of the zone quite yet. McIntyre is able to hold it in. Bouncing puck. Girl without her glove right now. It was McIntyre. Forrester will pick up the puck and go 1-on-2 into the offensive zone. Gets around Lavenger. Forrester with the shot and a save made. Might have gone off the goalpost. Grendler will send it back to the nets. It will go wide to the corner. Behind the net for the Rangers. And Grendler up the boards for Colley. Out of the zone. Pushed out of the zone by Ullman. 5:30 left to go here in the third period. Edmondson will send across and back down. Juntz will get to it. Here to the near side for Birch. Off the boards for Buffalo. Good pass for McIntyre. And McIntyre will send it for Ullman. Onside play. Ullman slap shot from the blue line. That was blocked as it hit Edmondson in the stomach. At the blue line for the Rangers. Out of the zone. Emily Nemec trying to gather the puck in for the Capitals. It'll come for Edmondson. She'll skate around and move into the offensive end. Maya Edmondson trying to cut back to her forehand, but a good stick from Elliott Birch. And then Miller up ahead for Buffalo. They go one-on-one. Buffalo against Cruz. But a good stick from Brooke Cruz keeps Buffalo from cutting free to the front of the net. This will be tipped on net. It is loose, and it'll eventually be grabbed here by Quam with 4:40 to go. Birch was the one that tipped it on net. And then it made it difficult for Quam to cover it up cleanly. And then Buffalo was trying to fight for the rebound that eventually was grabbed by Quam with 4:40 left to go here in the third period. Face-off will be to the right of Quam. Ava Lavenger will take the face-off against Sawyer Triplett. Bouncing puck. Learkamp with a shot that was blocked. Maybe going to the backdoor feed for Stewart as well. Birch will step up to hold the puck in the zone. It is right now Learkamp, Stewart, and Lavenger, the three forwards. This pass was blocked by Stewart, held in by the Capitals. Birch will send it back into the offensive zone with 4:15 remaining here in the third period. Not quite close enough to start seeing Allardyce come to the bench. This is pushed out of the zone. Jalissa Peterson racing to the puck. First one to is Reagan Emmy, and then Peterson will shove her into the boards. Capitals fans will yell for a call, but won't get one. This will come out. Here's Learkamp, and now we're going to get a penalty coming up against who? A rough is called against who? Against Elliott Birch. That's the third penalty for Birch, so she will be out for the remainder of the game. And it will be a power play. Sienna Tipton will go serve the penalty for Birch. But out of all of that, Birch is the one with the penalty. It'll be the fourth power play now for the Brookings Rangers with 3:56 left to go here in the third period. Face-off will be to the left of Allardings. Junt. It'll come here to the near side. Anderson. Now for Forrester, centered one for Anderson. Comes back to Forrester, and then trying to maybe make it off of Allardings, but it hit her glove and able to make the save. Excuse me, that was Ziegeldorf that ended up making the save, or taking the shot. And Allardings made the save with 3:42 left to go here in the third period. 1:47 remaining on the power play for the Rangers. Emily Nemec on the face-off win. Capitals will have to look to try to attack shorthanded right now. Here on the near side for Ava Colley. Colley moves into the offensive zone. Will skate behind the net. 3:25 to go here in the third period. This is Forrester. Triplett back to Forrester. Below the goal line. Back out for Triplett. That shot is blocked by Addison Hunsley. Triplett will pick the puck back up on the near side blue line, able to hold it in the zone. Grendler now again looking for a pass out to the far side blue line. Forrester square away for Triplett. Her shot was blocked by Beam, who doesn't have a stick. And then Beam's trying to kick it around to try and move it forward. Peterson nearly checked Beam into the boards, which again gets the fans yelling here for the Capitals. 5 players battling for the puck, and it will be tied up, so we'll get a whistle with 2:44 to go here in the third period. Face-off will be to the right of Allerdings with 49 seconds remaining here in the third period. Face-off will be for Aubrey Stewart to take against Jordan Anderson. 2:44 left to go in the third period. Caps are down by 2 and shorthanded. A goal will certainly ice this game if the Rangers can get one on the power play. Below the goal line, out to the face-off dot, and a shot by Cruz and a save made by Allerdings with 2:31 to go here in the third period. Again, no Elliott Burge for the rest of the game. That was her third penalty that she got. So now the lines have to be adjusted. The defensive pairings have to be adjusted. Face-off will be to the right of Allerdings. This will be one, Kenzie Grendler. Near side, pass will go across. That one's over for Forrester. Into the corner, out to Triplett at the blue line. She walks in, over, there, shot and a save by Allerdings. That coming from Jalissa Peterson. Emmy will escape the zone on the clearing attempt. This will be offside. And it is going to be offside against the Rangers. And an offense, or a face-off just outside the Capitals' blue line. Face-off is going to be won by the Rangers, and it's sent back in by Kinley Forrester. 2 minutes to go here in the third period. Over on the far side, it is going to be Emmy. She is checked out, and Jordan Anderson will go to the penalty box. So the Caps will get a power play with 1:51 left to go in the third period. It'll be their 4th power play. And Anderson will pick up her 2nd penalty. Again, 1:51 to go here in the third. Didn't see the call. It's a rough or an interference or a check. One of the three, whatever you want to call them. It was a penalty against Jordan Anderson. So it'll be 5-on-4 for the remainder of this third period if the Caps don't score, but they need 2 right now. Allerdings is still in net. It'll be Sonia jump, but that skips off her stick and out of the zone. Brooke Cruz racing after it. Judd's pass will come here for Beam. Up ahead for Dakota McIntyre. McIntyre moves in. That pass is off the skate of Nemec. McIntyre centers one for Nemec. That shot off of the skate. Over for Cruz on the far end of the ice. She'll clear the zone, and it will go all the way down with 1:33 left to go here in the third period. 1:20 remaining. Make that the power play. 1:20 to go in the third period in total. The Rangers are trying to kill off time, and we'll get a whistle with the puck being frozen behind the net. As Jalissa Peterson was able to, I wouldn't say, she might have been standing on the puck, but was able to kill off time to the point that the referee had to blow the whistle. 1:13 remaining in the third period, 1:23 to go on the power play. This face-off will be controlled by the Capitals. They got to get down the ice. They got to score 2 quickly here in the last minute. This puck will come out of the zone. Aubrey Stewart. Will they pull the goalie and send Allerdings to the bench? And right now they have not. It'll come out to the blue line. That one's off of the stanchion, so it stayed in the offensive zone. This will be sent out all the way down. No icing. 45 seconds to go here in the third period. Sonia Junt moves up the zone. Learcamp tried to touch it over for Stewart, and that was intercepted by DeVries. And it will come out of the zone for Forrester. It will be Kenley Boyer. 30 seconds remaining. So the Capitals are going to fall to 8-3 on the season without a quick rush down the ice. They need one quick goal here Aubrey Stewart, 20 seconds to go. They need one fast, but it will be cleared down, and that will pretty much take care of the hockey game. 15 seconds left to go in the third period. Rangers will go to 11-1 of the season, keep pace with Sioux Falls and the amount of losses, both with one against each other. As Learcamp sends it in, 3 seconds to go, and the Rangers will pick it up and pick up the win, 4-2 over the Hawaii Capitals here this evening, as they outshoot the Caps 30-28. And they win it 4-2 at the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. We'll step aside. We'll come back with the post-game show. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
The Boys and Girls Club of the Capital area serves over 250 kids every day, giving them a safe place to go after school where they have fun and engage in learning activities school cannot provide. It is our mission to help every child become the best they can be. You can help children have a great future too by donating or volunteering for the club. For more information, go to bgccaparea.org or call us at 605-224-8699. From all of us here at the club, go Caps.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Whether you're a first-time buyer looking for a home of your own, or you have an eye on an investment property, First Fidelity Bank has the right mortgage for you. From a vacation home to building your dream house from the ground up. So stop by and get your mortgage loan from us. First Fidelity Bank. First-class banking on a first-name basis. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Online at ffb-sd.com.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty or utilities being shut off for non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Hi, this is Callie Beam, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back, it is a final 4-2 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard as the Brookings Rangers, they get 3 straight goals to take a 3-1 lead to tie the game in the first period, then have a 2-goal lead almost through 2 periods, but end up with a 4-2 win over the Hawaii Capitals, as it was a lead for the Capitals first. Micah Buffalo got the first goal of the game with 9:23 to go in that first period to make it a 1-0 lead, unassisted goal for Buffalo. And then later on in the period, it was tied up by Sawyer Triplett on the power play with 8:43 to go, only 40 seconds later. So the game was tied after the end of the one. And then minute 59 seconds into the second period, Kenzie Grendler got her first goal of the game from Grace DeVries and Maya Forrester. And then Grace DeVries got it from Forrester to make it a 3-1 game. Brenna Ullman from the blue line made it a 3-2 game on a harmless dump-in that ended up going into the net. And then Kenzie Grenler sealed it with early part of the third period with 12:15 to go in the third. End up with a goal to make it 4-2, her second of the game. Emily Meyer got the assist, and it was a 2-goal win for the Caps, or for the Rangers over the Caps, to improve to 11-1 in the season, while the Capitals will fall to 8-3 on the year. Shots on goal in the game, it was 30-28 in favor of Brookings. After it was 13-8 in the first period for the Capitals, the Rangers outshoot the Caps in the second and third period, and end up with that 4-2 win. Taylor Allerdings will get a total of 27 saves on, or make that 26 saves on 30 shots. And for Rory Quam, it was 26 saves on 28 shots in the win, as she picks up her 11th win of the season, as Brookings picks up their 11th win of the season. That'll wrap things up for us here this evening from the Larson Ice Center. We'll be back here tomorrow night as the Caps and the Rangers will play boys varsity action here tonight. We'll have it for you on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports with a 6 o'clock puck drop. Same time as tonight, right around, well, I guess it could be a little bit later with games beforehand. We're the first game of the night, but we'll be on the air around 5:40 tomorrow night with a 6 o'clock puck drop. And then for tomorrow afternoon, we've got coverage at 12:40 and a 1 o'clock puck drop between the Caps and the Watertown Lakers. Up in Watertown. We'll have both those games for you on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Augustana and SDSU are about to play a club hockey game coming up here shortly. Dre Burt, Andre Carbonneau, Ashton Grease, 3 former Hawaii Capitals playing for Augustana as they get set to play here in Brookings. But that'll wrap things up for us. Thanks to Eliza Mayer back at the station. John Winkler here signing off. Thanks to John Ullman for running the camera. 4-2 win for the Brookings Rangers over the Hawaii Capitals, as we say so long from Brookings.
You've been listening to the Oahe Capitals on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. The Capitals are brought to you by Leisure Palace, AirTech Heating and Cooling, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, AGE, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Dakota Storm Roofing, Beck Motor Company, Ferding Electric, First Fidelity Bank, Xander Auto Parts, State Farm Becky Pottsba Agency, River Bottom Sanitation, the Boys and Girls Club, Herman's and Endodontics, Weatherall Roofing, Wagner Auto, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, and American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency. Join us all season for more Capitals hockey here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront